Hello and welcome to Odds on Bundesliga 31st match day. Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, their 𝐿𝐭𝐴𝐴𝐵𝐿. So let's analyze the games with Radek Vegas. With you, remember to leave your tips, press the like and subscribe. And now let's go on with the show. New match day in the Bundesliga and can be the decisive one for the title, Radek, and we have their 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐵𝐿, no? How are you?
Hey Eduardo, nice to see you again and thanks for watching you outside. And yeah, we have Bayern Munich against Borussia Dortmund and this is a 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐵𝐿. And Dortmund was very hot last weekend when they won 6-1 against Wolfsburg, and maybe it's the right time to them to step up to Bayern and take their last chance. But I think we'll start at the Friday game.
Yeah, with Wolfsburg actually, that you mentioned that they were thrashed 6-1, and now we have on Friday Wolfsburg Mainz. The odds suggest a draw because these two teams are kind of very balanced lately and not in great form. Wolfsburg last 5 games, only 1 victory and 4 defeats. Mainz only 2 points in the last 4 games. Would you agree with the odds? Like the draw is the most likely result?
Yeah, because no matter how high Wolfsburg lost against Dortmund at Dortmund, I think they are still able to make points against other teams, and Mainz was not really better in the last games, as you said, and they draw against Stuttgart, and I was not really impressed of their game, and they didn't score, they didn't even shoot on the goal, I think, and they missed too many chances, and that's why, yeah, it's hard for Mainz at the moment to win. We all know that they are horrible playing away, only 2 wins in 15 away games. And Wolfsburg at home, yeah, is able to beat some teams. They had 6 wins at home in 15 games. That means I think Wolfsburg can at least keep 1 point at home. That leads to a Asian handicap 0 to Wolfsburg. But also, as you said, the draw with odds of 3.3 is attractive. At the end, everyone has to decide which side to take, and it's really hard because both teams are not really in great shape, and betting on one team is not an option, and so a draw seems like the best with odds of 3.3. But at the end, I think Wolfsburg is not losing this game because if a team loses like this against Dortmund, you have to watch clearly, and everyone who has played soccer knows if you're in a game and you're behind 3 goals within short time, you give up. You don't care a lot how high you lose, and that was the problem. They got 5 goals in only 15 minutes, I think, and then the game was over. And so I won't judge this game too high. That's why I think they can strike back. After all, 1.8 for Asian handicap 0 on Wolfsburg is an option, but at the end, it's a draw.
Okay. Next game, Frankfurt, Hoffenheim, another 2 teams that are not in great shape in the Bundesliga. At least Frankfurt, no victories in the last 4 Bundesliga games. They played really badly against Union Berlin after that historic victory in Camp Nou of Frankfurt, with all the Frankfurt supporters, and Hoffenheim as well, unable even to beat Furth, and they can't lose their European hopes, now winless in the last 5.
Yes, and I've said that Frankfurt is not gonna win at Berlin, and they didn't, so that was right. But now we have a complete different situation. As you mentioned, there were about 20 to 30,000 fans of Frankfurt in Barcelona.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not the shortest travel, I think about 2,000 kilometers, or I can't say that they all flew in by planes. I think they must have a lot of buses, And I was driving to Barcelona when I was finished with school, and with a bus I think we drove 20 hours. So just to say, that's amazing that Frankfurt made a home game at Barcelona and is now in the half final of Europe Cup, and now they are against West Ham, and the game against West Ham is just 5 days after the Hoffenheim game. So maybe they're already with their heads at West Ham. But we have an opponent like Hoffenheim who's not in great shape at the moment. So I think Frankfurt is not going to lose this game. And same situation here. I think we can see a draw here. The odds on a draw are 3.7 around. Really great odds for a draw. I would keep that in mind for a draw double bet. But I also would say Asian Handicap 0 on Frankfurt has odds of 1.8. And this is also really attractive because I can't see Hoffenheim playing too good in the last games. And Frankfurt, has still the chance to get to the international spots, but they must start winning Bundesliga games now. And against Hoffenheim, that's their chance to step up.
And you cannot imagine, Radek, how pissed off were Barcelona fans and supporters and the club for letting 30,000 Germans going into the stadium. They were more pissed off about that than the result. That was also very humiliating for Barcelona and very good for Frankfurt and for Bundesliga. Two teams in the semi-finals of the Europa League, not in the Champions League, but we will talk about Bayern later. Next game, Cologne, Bielefeld. Good days also for Cologne in this case. They are closer to Europe after that victory against Gladbach, playing at home against Bielefeld in the relegation spots after many weeks. That's why the bookies are very optimistic with Cologne. Odds are 1.6 only for them to win.
Yeah, that's not a surprise, as we've seen Cologne winning 2 games in a row against teams where they are not supposed to win, like Mainz. Maybe that is a classical draw, but at the end they turn around. They were behind, and then against Gladbach they also were not the favorite, but they won again. And now against Bielefeld they are the clear favorite because Bielefeld is kind of second league already, and so no one expects Bielefeld to make a point here. Betting on Cologne is still dangerous in my eyes, as they might not be 100% concentrated on this game after winning a more important game against Gladbach, because this was a derby. And now, you can't win a lot betting on Cologne. The risk is too high that you lose this, but I can't see any value in this game, honestly, because in a tip game, I would say Cologne is winning 2-0, both teams to score no, but you don't get good odds on anything like that. But maybe both teams to score no, because Bielefeld is not really the most dangerous team in the league, and so odds of 2.05 around is not bad, but it's a difficult game for Cologne, as they might be the favorite, but we've seen a lot of Bielefeld games where they could keep it close or at least make 1 point, and so I think for Cologne is not so into winning this game, no matter that they are on position 7, which is awesome for them. They still have chances to go to the international spots, and just remember that they almost were relegated in last summer. And so Steffen Baumgart, the new coach, maybe deserves to be the coach of the year in my eyes.
or perhaps also the coach of Freiburg, no? Because it's another team that is doing an amazing season. Freiburg, Gladbach, we have the semifinals of the German Cup, and we have Freiburg there, so perhaps they are a bit tired for this game, but they have also to beat Gladbach to fight for the Champions League spots, only 1 point away from Leverkusen. But this is a dangerous game, Radek, perhaps good for backing an underdog like Gladbach because they have a lot of quality. They were in a good run before that defeat against Cologne, and because of that cup game, no, for Freiburg.
Yeah, if it was last season or the years before, the roles should be shifted because Gladbach was always the favorite in this situation, and now they are traveling to Freiburg and they are not favorite because they had a really bad streak in this season. You said it all, that it seemed to be over, but then now they lost against Cologne. And I think Cologne is almost the same level as Freiburg is in this season. And I think Gladbach is also the same level at the moment. So betting on Freiburg win at home at odds of 1.95 is for me no option because they are never really favorites. So no matter how good they play, and I admire Christian Streich as well. He deserves every honor and every prize as well. If there is a coach of the year battle, we have a lot of really interesting, great coaches this year with Urs Fischer of Union Berlin, with Steffen Baumgart of Cologne, with Christian Streich of Freiburg, and Thomas Reis of Bochum also. They made the most out of their considered as weak teams, and that is what I really admire in the Bundesliga, that it's still able in this cash game that small minor teams with a low budget can make this impact like Freiburg does. And yeah, we all hope that Freiburg is winning this game. They deserve it. But betting on it is a complete different thing. I would say this is also a really interesting draw because we get huge odds of 3.9 as a draw in this game. And I can't really say that Freiburg is the better team because also Gladbach has a lot of potential. They didn't show it in the last games, or a lot of games they were really bad. But on the end of the season, I think they have to make some points and prove that they are still able to play soccer, because a lot of players fight for better contracts next season, and I think Gladbach will sell a lot of players who don't deserve the money they get in this season, and that's why some have to really show that they still can play on a high level. And so long speech short, I think Gladbach can make a point and we have a draw.
Okay, another option for a draw. Then Furth Leverkusen, we were talking about Freiburg trying to qualify for the Champions League, and that spot right now belongs to Leverkusen, but perhaps Radek, we saw the last two seasons Leverkusen losing their Champions League spot at the end of the season. Now no goals scored for them in the last two games, so this is a must win for Leverkusen against Furth. Otherwise, they will be in real trouble.
Yes, and Furth hasn't scored for 4 games now, and they keep 3 or 4 games without getting goals. So it's kind of only concentrated with 11 people on a line in the goal and not conceding as much goals as they got against Leipzig in March when they lost at home 1-6. After that, they kept their sheet clean 3 times in 4 games. That's amazing. I don't think that this is possible against Leverkusen, because Leverkusen, no matter that they didn't score in the last 2 games, in this game, I think they have to score at least twice. And betting on a Leverkusen win is unfortunately no option, because odds of 1.44 are too low. I know that a lot of people would say, yeah, but they're the clear favorite. I will combine it with another favorite and I get a double bet of 2. I understand that it's possible, but yeah, we've seen a lot of teams struggling at Furth, and Leverkusen is not in the situation that they are clear favorites. So betting on this small odds is not really a good thing if you are betting a lot of money. If you're just gambling for fun, then yeah, for sure you can do it. And I really don't have a clue here, because I would say Leverkusen might win this game close, but there's not a lot of money to win, and that's why I would skip this game.
Okay, another game with low odds is Leipzig Union Berlin. If you trust Leipzig, we are going to see this game also in the middle of the week. In the Cup semi-finals, Tedesco also could be nominated for manager of the season. He arrived a bit late to Leipzig, but he's doing a great job also in Europe, of course. Now they are third in the Bundesliga, so I guess we should trust Leipzig, although also be careful with Union Berlin. They are great again in European spots.
Yes, interesting game, and the one thing could be that Leipzig is playing in the cup also against Union Berlin, and we at the moment we record this video, we don't know how this game ends, and this can be very interesting and decisive for the Bundesliga game. So we have to just wait for the cup game. I would say Leipzig, both times playing at home, is maybe a bit more focused on the cup game. But Union Berlin might also be, because this is very special. And in the league, there could be the problem that Leipzig has to face international game after this game. And as we've seen last time, Union Berlin was able to beat Frankfurt at home. If they're playing away, they're not that great, and we all know Leipzig is good at home. So a lot of things are pointing to Leipzig win, but that's not really, you don't have to be an expert to say that, because the odds are 1.45. So I see the danger is too big betting on Leipzig here, and I would say I think after a more interesting cup clash, they are not really into just the game playing against each other. We just make a draw, and everyone has a point and can live with it in the league. And I would say betting on Union Berlin Asian handicap +1, in my eyes at the moment, is the better option, but we never know. We have to wait the cup game, and then maybe the odds will be shifted in one or the other direction. But anyway, Leipzig, I think, is not the clear favorite in this game. So
okay, so
I would say Union Berlin has chances to.
Odds 2.11 for Asian handicap +1 for Union Berlin. Then the game of the games, in Germany, Bayern Munich ready to clinch the 10th consecutive Bundesliga title. This is getting a bit boring, Radek, but I guess it's not a sweet season, the first one for Nagelsmann, especially after the KO with Villarreal. Very disappointing, also out of the cup. 7 consecutive victories for Bayern Munich against Dortmund. But as you said at the beginning of the video, we had Dortmund scoring a lot against Wolfsburg, and it looks like they are back.
Yeah, but as you said, in the last 7 games, Bayern always won against Dortmund, and if it comes to the point, Dortmund always misses their chance, and now they're 9 points behind Bayern, I think, and this is kind of impossible to keep up. So for Bayern Munich, it just doesn't matter the last games. It's impossible that Dortmund is being the champion in this year, because they lost 7 games, and no champions ever lost 7 games. And I'm not knowing the stats, but I think it's too much to be champion with 7 losses in the season. And no matter how bad the season of Bayern Munich was, it doesn't matter because no other team in the league is able to do closely this kind of what Bayern Munich can. And so everyone is saying just what a disappointing season because they missed this chance to advance to the half final in the Champions League. But anyway, I think it's really another great season of Bayern Munich. No one else has the chance to compete with them. And so in this game, Bayern Munich will show that they are one class above Borussia Dortmund and all other teams if they want, if they're playing their A game. And so the odds are really, really fair with 1.45 on Bayern Munich. I won't bet against Bayern Munich, not even in this situation, because we all know how bad Dortmund played in most of their games recently, and winning against a really bad Wolfsburg is not an argument winning in Bayern Munich. So unfortunately, no value in this case, but let's have a look at the goal market because we got the line on 4 goals. And do you expect a lot of goals in this game? I don't think so, because Bayern Munich was more into defending in the last games. I think they know the danger of Haaland, and especially after Dortmund was scoring a lot of goals, Bayern Munich will focus not allowing them too much chances, and so Bayern Munich can always score, but I think it's more likely that we see a close game like 1-0, 2-1 and under 4 goals. That's why I like under 4 goals with odds of 1.85 here most.
Okay, we have our bet under 4 goals. Actually, it pays a lot. Under 4 goals, we are not used to see these odds. Then we have 2 more games. Let's see if Bayern can celebrate the title on Saturday, but we have 2 games for the relegation battle on Sunday. Bochum, Augsburg. You mentioned the good season that Bochum are doing, even if they lost against Freiburg in the last game, but they were coming from a draw against Leverkusen, beating Hoffenheim, so they are still in good form despite being safe, but Augsburg still need to fight, 4 points above the playoffs, lost against Hertha, so they are back in trouble.
Yes, was a very, very decisive game, and everyone had fear to lose this game. At the end, Hertha had won better situation and won this game, and I don't think that Augsburg was the bad team here or worse, because 2 weeks ago they only lost 0-1 at Munich. That is not bad, and before that they won 2 games in a row against Mainz and Wolfsburg. So Augsburg has some really good reasons not to bet against them, and on the other hand, Bochum only lost 4 games at home. I expect a really hard game. Both have to fight here, and we all know that Bochum has made some big games against big clubs at home. But on the other hand, I think they are not that highly motivated against a team like Augsburg, and that's the chance of Augsburg not losing this game. And I think it's better here betting on Asian handicap plus 0.25 on Augsburg. Means if there is a draw, we win half of 1.9, and the odds of Augsburg making a draw or Augsburg winning this game are 1.9. And I think at the end it's another possibly high possible draw. Odds on a draw at 3.5. And I think Augsburg won't lose this game, and I hope so that they won't be relegated, so they need points. I think they are strong enough to make points, and Bochum is not 100% into making points in this game because they're kind of safer in their standings, and I think they both can live with 1 point, and Augsburg needs the point more.
All right, and Last game, Hertha Stuttgart. This one is very, very important. The scary game of the match day, because now we have Hertha out of the relegation spots after that victory against Augsburg, the second victory for Magath, whereas Stuttgart, they are now in the playoff spots after the draw against Mainz. Also here, the bookies expect a draw.
Yeah, obviously, it's a kind of a 0-0 like we expected between Augsburg and Hertha. And at the end, there can be one situation which decides this game. And the main two reasons why I back up Hertha here is one is Felix Magath. Maybe you've watched our last videos that I am a huge fan of Magath, and he showed that he can make a difference after Hertha losing this game against Union Berlin. The first people were just talking bullshit again. Oh, Magath is the wrong person at the wrong time, and then they won this very important game against Augsburg at Augsburg, and so I think the momentum is still on side of Hertha. Magath had a lot of changes in the team. Now Boateng is the central figure of the game again, and with Kevin Prince Boateng in not injured, just on the field, I think most of the teams are better because he's one of the best players Germany had in the last 20 years. And I know that he's not German, or he's not playing for the German national team because he decides to play for Ghana after he was the best player in the U21 team, in the national team in Germany. But 2008 or 9, Horst Hrubesch, coach of that team with 𝐜𝐴𝐧𝐧𝐸, preferred 𝐜𝐴𝐧𝐲, and so Boateng was not at the European team. Long story, but at the end, Kevin Prince Boateng is still a really, really good player, and I think he's the second key for Hertha not being relegated in the season, in combination with Magath. And on the other hand, yeah, Stuttgart showed a bit better performances in the last games, but I think Hertha is not losing this game. Asian handicap on Hertha, Asian handicap 0 on Hertha, has odds of 2.0, and this is my favorite bet on this game day. And wow. Yeah, just enjoy this game. And I think every game day from now on is really, really interesting on the bottom side of the standing, on the relegation side. And so yeah, these two teams will have to show a big game and a big fight, and I think this game is more interesting than Bayern Munich against Dortmund.
That's not very popular to say. Only one defeat in the last 6 Bundesliga games for Stuttgart, so even if they are fighting to avoid relegation, they are not that bad right now. But as you said, they have to face Felix Magath and Kevin Prince Boateng, all rock stars of the Bundesliga and of the European football. Radek, let's see if you can give us an 𝐿𝐴𝐴, a double, or whatever you want.
Yes, I have 3 games, Asian handicap 0 combined, and the first one is as I said, Hertha is not losing with odds of 2, and another Asian handicap 0 on Frankfurt at home against Hoffenheim. We get odds of 1.8, and also Wolfsburg Asian handicap 0 at home against Mainz with odds of 1.8. Altogether, we get odds of 6.5. That's really attractive.
It's good,
because all these 3 teams should not lose. But on the other hand, you also can put a double bet on almost any game on this game day on X. Maybe I would say maybe you've done this in the past. I like to do a system bet where I have a look at 4 possible draws, and bet on a system 2 out of 4. That means I only need 2 draws out of 4 games to make profit. And if I even have 3 draws, what is highly likely on this game day, I think, then you get a lot of money. And even if you have 4 draws, what is a kind of unrealistic, I only did this once in my lifetime, but I did. And that's, you kind of profit in the whole season. So just try it with a low amount of money. I would say the most likely draws are Hertha versus Stuttgart, Bochum versus Augsburg, Leipzig, Union Berlin, and Frankfurt, Hoffenheim, and maybe also Wolfsburg, Mainz. Just put 4 out of these 5 and make 2 out of 4 in a system bet, and then let's hope the best and enjoy this game day. I think it's very interesting.
Yeah, if you don't know about system bettings, we have an article actually in our website in Oddspedia, so you can check it. And I have to do a video about system betting, 𝐿𝐿𝐴𝐧𝐧𝐷𝗓, Canadian Super Junkie or whatever, so you can gain and get some money. Yeah. This is what we expect. Radek, thank you, and see you next week.
Thank you. Have a good one.
I hope you enjoyed the video. Who are you backing, Bayern or Borussia Dortmund? Let me know in the comment section, and don't forget to press the like and subscribe. And as well, we have a podcast for you. Thanks for watching.